Hi, Husman. For this one, you have to really read the question carefully. So it says, in a game, two fair spinners are spun. So it says, if the numbers the arrow lands on are different, the score is 0. So for example, if it's a 2 and a 2, so if the numbers the arrow lands on are the same, I should have said, sorry, the same. So if the numbers the arrow lands on are the same, the score is 0. So if it lands on a 2 and a 2, it is a 0. If it lands on an 8 and an 8, it is a 0. Okay. But if it lands on a 8 and a 6, then the answer is the highest number. It is a 8. So let's continue to read. If the numbers the arrow lands on are different, the score is the higher number. So this relates to this one here. If the number the arrow lands on are the same, then it is a 0. So this one relates to 2, 2 equals 0, or 3 and a 3 will equal 0. Because we know this rule, we can now complete this table. So for this one, they've done the first one for you. It lands on a 1 and a 2, so the answer is the highest number, a 2. It lands on a 2 and a 1, so the answer is the highest number, which is a 2. It lands on a 1 and a 3, so therefore it's a 3. Let's find a 0 one. It lands on a 2 and a 2, so the answer is a 0. Follow the pattern. It lands on a 2 and a 2, the answer is 0. Let's find one where it's a bigger number. It lands on a 6 and a 2, because this is how you do them. You match them up like this, a 6 and a 2. The answer is a 6. It lands on a 6 and a 3. The answer is a 6. Okay, now once you've done that, at the bottom it says write down the probability that the score is an odd number, express it as a fraction. So all you have to do is you have all the scores, write down what all the odd numbers are, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then just find them. Just find them. So you have to look for 3. There's a 3 here, a 5, a 5, a 3, and a 5. So I don't think there's any more odd numbers. That's it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. And then it is express the number of scores which are odd as a fraction of the total number of possible scores. The total number of scores are all the scores in here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So 4 times 4 is 16. So we have 5 odd numbers over 16. It can't be reduced, so you can leave it like that. So there's that one. So if I go to the next page, now it's the same thing. The same game is played again. Okay, it says the table shows the same possible values. It's the same thing. If it is two numbers the same, as you can see, it is a 0. So this was easy to do because all I had to do was look at the numbers they've given me. So if I rub this out for you, what I've written in, all I do is look at the numbers they've given me and I'm able to complete the rest of the table. So for example, it says this is a 4. It's the highest number, so it must be in a 4, must have been up here. It says this is a 0, which means that the same numbers make a 0, so it must have been a 4. This is a 7 and a 0, which means that this must have been a 7 because it's the same number. This is a 7 and an 8, which means it must have been an 8 because 8 is the highest number. And then we're able to complete the rest of the table. A 1 and a 4 means a 4. A 1 and a 7 means a 7. A 1 and an 8 means an 8. And then if we go down, we've got a 4 and a 4, which means it's a 0. We have a 4 and a 7, which means it's a 7. We have a 4 and an 8. The highest number is 8. So for this one, you just needed to read it very carefully. And the example they give you, when they give you the example, you must really try and understand the example. And at the side, write down what it is, like I did. I started to think, okay, it's a 1 and a 2, which means that they said it is the highest number, which is a 2. So that whatever they give you, if I rub out what they've given you, whatever they give you, try and figure out how they did it, and that's how you will complete the table. So for this one, it's about really reading the question very carefully. And you saw when I was reading the question that I actually made a mistake reading it myself. So you can't make a mistake. I want to see you underline it. It's quite easy what they've said. There's two rules. There's rule 1 and there's rule 2, and I expect you to apply it. If the numbers the arrow lands on are different, the score is the higher number. So make a note for yourself. So if it is different, a 1 and a 6, then it is the higher number. This one here, if the numbers the arrow lands on are the same, the score is 0. So if it's a 6 and a 6, the answer is a 0. Okay, I hope that helps you. Take care. Bye.